Welcome back, friends. Great to have you here on the block, ESPN Radio, QSportsTalk.com. We are reaching out, attempting to get a hold of our scheduled guest at this time every Tuesday, the head coach of Syracuse women's basketball, Coach Felisha Legette-Jack. So as soon as we get connected there, we'll have a conversation with the Orange head coach about, that Louisville game and the amount of players that went to the sideline with some sort of ailment, injury, lower body, upper body, you name it. Now, thankfully, it didn't. We'll get an update from the coach. It didn't appear anything was serious because most of those players came back into the game, but that was as unique as it gets in that circumstance. And it feels like a lot of things, a lot of lessons that you teach have to be applied when something like that happens. So we'll get into that. We'll preview Virginia Tech and all things Syracuse women's basketball. And it is presented by our friends at Wegmans and Bill Rapp Superstore. And I believe we have Coach Jack on the line ready to rock and roll here. How are you, Coach?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
We are great, and we've got a lot of basketball to get into. But first question for you. So I saw last night you went over, you said hello to Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles, another star sitting courtside at the Dome. What did your Cowboys fan husband think of that? Is my first
he's
question.
Not speaking to me right now. That's I don't know what he's thinking. No, I'm teasing.
See, it would be worth it, Coach. Like, come on.
I know, but we're just not that kind of family. We don't take it serious. It's a game, and we have fun. I want to thank Adam for bringing such great joy to our community and our university and athletic department. And I asked them for permission to go in and say hello to those gentlemen, and they were so nice and courteous, and we're just so humbled by what's going on. It's brewing. It's great stuff going to happen here, and we just got to hold on. And Adam is really doing a tremendous job of helping us see the beauty of what can become.
We got to get that kind of juice going at the women's games, right? We got to bring in some stars. We got to, get the Spike Lee seats thing going at some women's games in the future here. We'll talk to Adam. We'll work it out. We'll see what we can do.
Well, we got things happening. I mean, last game, we had 6,000 fans, 6,200 fans.
All right.
We are really – I think that, there's two ways you can get this thing done, and our way is going to be our way, and the men's way is going to be their way, and I think everybody's all involved with everybody, and I'm just loving that the growth is being seen in every sport right now, including ours. And so, yeah, we're going to just do it differently, I guess, and it's going to be fun.
Coach, let's go back to Sunday because, wow – that if I had come up to you before the game and told you that was going to happen in terms of a lot of injuries, you might have looked at me funny. And sports is sports, as you know as well as anybody. You just got to expect the unexpected. But what was it like to just see all those players drop? And thankfully, most of them came back. But, man, is that as odd a circumstance as you have seen as a head coach or in any game, really?
Yeah, it was a really odd game. It really was. But the message before the game was a faith-based day. You got to have faith, and you got to know that whatever happens is what we can endure, and it was supposed to happen. No, I don't expect people to be injured, but if injuries happen, we have to be able to move on and move through that. And the way those injuries happened, it was so fast, and it was just, to me, it was a God moment because, you talk about this faith to your players. Do you really have it? And I have to understand that there's an opportunity here. What is this opportunity? And to have, Kennedy Perkins come play and manage 25 minutes as a true freshman and handle that defense as much as she did because she got trapped a couple times in the corner. But good things emerged. I pray that they're healthy enough to play our next game. But right now, what we learned was that other people was on that bench that I didn't see. And so as a coach, I got better. As a team, I think we got better. But, you certainly hope that, the three people that get injured are going to be okay for our next game.
That's my question, Coach. Give us an update on what you can on how everybody's doing that, it's going through some bumps and bruises in that matchup and who you anticipate will be available for you Thursday.
I hope everyone is, but I know Asia is not going to be able to play on Thursday. She got to get some more tests done on her. But everybody else, I don't know until Miss Karen, our athletic trainer, is going to share with me tomorrow who's going to be ready to go. And the next woman up is where we're at right now. It's such a fun time. It's a great sport. So many lessons to be learned. And, you can be, woe is me, or you're going to say, you know what, we're going to be positive and say, here's that big old mountain. Give us a strength to keep climbing it. That's all we ask for. And so I really, truly don't have an idea about the three that went down in the game, what their prediction of play will be until tomorrow.
So beyond the injuries, which was unique, tell me about that Louisville game, how it progressed on the court. I know they put the half-court trap on you at times and it challenged you in some ways there. What would you learn about your team basketball-wise there?
Learn that we got to work on a press break, and we got to be able to handle that. The closer you get to your goals, the more resistance you're going to face, right? And so that's the resistance. It's called microcosm of life. And so you can't back away from it. Sometimes you got to go through it. Sometimes you got to bust the wall down. And we kind of saw that, and we went in the corner and hit for the most part. And we started throwing the ball east and west instead of north and south, and that's not the way you play the game. So it's a downhill game, and we didn't go downhill. We went sideways, and we saw the film, and we learned some lessons, and the lessons that we haven't learned a lot of, just two teams that really trapped us hard, and we just backed away from it. And so I said, that's your dream right there. That's your dream. Go through it. Go and fail at your dream, but continue to go through it. And so those are the things I teach our young people is this game is just a microcosm of life. Let's go after something.
Coach, it's one thing, and Felisha Legette-Jack joining us here, thanks to Bill Rapp Superstore and Wegmans. When you and I talk about a player like Daisha Fair, and people that watch the team recognize the talent, but when you hear things like ACC Player of the Week, when you hear things like top 10 finalist for the Lieberman Award, which goes to the best point guard in NCAA Division I basketball, I mean, that holds some weight. You humbly accept it and keep playing. But what's it like to hear that kind of recognition coming in for her at this point?
Well, I've been doing this for 34 years, and I say welcome to my gym. She's a special prodigy. She is an incredible player. She's a better person, an amazing student. But I've been watching this young lady really evolve into the most humble human being I ever come to know. And she doesn't want the ACC Player of the Week. She wants the Team Player of the Week. She's about us growing. It's like, what kind of humility is that for a young 20-year-old young lady? And I just love the fact that I get to witness it on a daily basis. And she chose me not once but twice. And so I'm grateful. I'm humbled by others looking into our program and seeing something special that's brewing. But it's not going to make any sense until we get to that thing where they say you are a part of one of 64. So that's our goal as a team, and that's what we're going to keep getting him through the Asia Fair. They recognize Syracuse women's basketball.
There is an award I know she wants and recently got, and that's the Hard Hat Award, right? I feel like this has become like this is it. Like forget, like you said, all that other stuff. That's what the players want, because that is essentially a team award, though it is given to an individual, right?
Zip it down, put it in, zip it up. That's your heart. Man, we got to come with the heart. You got to come with those little things. You got to sprint to one end and make it happen. You got to get back on the other end and make it happen. You got to dive for the loose ball. You got to get the assist. You got to get those are the things that gets that hard hat. Those are little things that you can't see in a record book or there's a scoring book that says, you know what, because this kid was on the court, the team changed, and they all want that, and it's a violent thing because they go in the locker room in the hard hat, and they throw things at you, and they ask you to speak, and they have a chair that's over your head, and it's so much fun, and we only give it out on wins, for sure, but I really do recognize those young people that earn it. Outside of the wins, but Asia Fair is shooting 60% from the three right now, and having 36 and then 19 boot to boot says a little bit about what she's becoming and what we're becoming with her.
All right, Coach, we got to go back a second here. I got to write this down because I got to use this. Okay, zip it down. Okay, let's go back. Zip it down.
Put it in.
Put it in.
Zip it up.
Zip it up. I
your heart.
That. I am going to take that from you. I will credit you for that. That is fantastic. I'm going to tell my daughter that when she doesn't want to do her homework. Hey, listen.
Yes.
Zip it down, put it in, zip it up. Go do your homework.
Right.
Right.
Well, you might want to say brain to that one because I mean
that's true. Yes.
I think that's
true.
Kind of a sport comment.
Very good. Very good. I love it. Coach, you got a trip to Blacksburg coming up Thursday. Virginia Tech next on the docket. Let's take a step towards that and what you're thinking about that matchup.
Very good team, very great conference. You know, we might get 9 to 11 teams in NCAA. We're just that strong, and it's just that close, and it's just that competitive. And Virginia Tech proposes that same kind of situation for us. They are an incredible team. They got the Player of the Year on their team, 6'6" kid. We had our tallest player, 6'1", I think, and so that's going to pose a little bit of a problem there. Their guards are speedy and fast, and they got a rebounding big kid post player. So we got every reason to be afraid if we see Virginia Tech. But what we're going to concentrate on is who we're trying to become. What we stand for is our defense, and we haven't proven yet that we're a defensive team. My hope is that when we go on the biggest stage, the 12th team in the country, that we pull out our defensive cap and we really ride that wave for 40-plus minutes.
We'll be watching, Coach. Thank you so much. Hope everybody gets healthy here going into this one. And always appreciate the conversation. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Thank you for all you do for all of our athletics programs. Thank you.
There she goes, Coach Felisha Legette-Jack. Presented by Bill Rapp Superstore. Presented by Wegmans. Zip it down. There we go. Zip it down. Put it in. Zip it up. I'm taking that one. That's a good one. We will break. We will return. And we will go on the blind side. Stay right there.
Home of the Syracuse Crunch.